नानकोट से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you to the new business opportunities every day at 12 o'clock. In 2024, we continue to introduce you to new brands and new business opportunities. Today, we're going to introduce you a brand from professional training category. But before I introduce about the brand, let me just run you through the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type your questions in the Q&A box. We will take up all your questions post brand presentations. While we run you through the presentations and brand details, request you to keep sharing your queries into the Q&A box to make this session more interactive. Our today's brand is Sales Geek. Now I invite Ms. Shivani to introduce you about the brand and take the webinar forward. Over to you, Ms. Shivani.
Thank you so much, Sandeep, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Today is a lovely Saturday morning, and my name is Shivani Gupta. I'm a Senior Growth Manager at Franchise India Knowledge Services. We present a portfolio of the knowledge-based brands, generally help the companies getting their expansion in India and 7 other countries that we are present in. Today that we are presenting you the brand opportunity Sales Geek from UK. They have extensive presence in UK, USA, and now in India. Now, they are changing the way that sales can be perceived in the market. So before taking much time, I would like to invite the brand team, James and Richard, to talk about the brand and walk us through the entire opportunity that we have and what exactly that we are looking out for the Indian market. Over to you, James and Richard.
Thank you, Shivani. I'll speak a little bit in a moment. Just by way of introduction for myself, my name is James Denny, and I am one of the directors here at Sales Geek. And my role and responsibility here at Sales Geek is all of our products and our services, the training that all you would receive should you come and join us, and how you go out and do and make the greatest opportunity that you can make with Sales Geek. I'd like to introduce my fellow director, Richard, who will introduce himself and tell you a little bit about what Sales Geek stands for.
Yep. So good morning. I'm Richard Few. I'm the founder and chief geek here at Sales Geek, and I guess my main job role is to make sure that we deliver on our mission to change the way the world perceives sales. Now, sales for a lot of people can be quite a stressful thing, both for business owners and for salespeople. And through our training and our coaching and our mentoring, our goal is to take that away and also make that training more fun than it would be traditionally in the market.
Cool. There you go. Short and sweet. It is a little bit more than that. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit about what the business opportunity is, what Sales Geek stand for, and what you'll get if you decide you're going to come and join us. Can I have the next slide, please, Shivani? I don't have the clicker, so it's going to have to be you. Thank you. So the Sales Geek opportunity. Sales Geek has a brand, has been operated in the UK for over 7 years, and we have franchisees currently all around the world, over 30 in the UK, we're across 16 states in the USA, and now we're out in India, which is amazing. And we're soon to be shooting off to places like Australia and other locations like that. In the UK, we are the world's largest provider of part-time sales directors. Nobody else does what we do at scale here in the UK. And we are one of a couple of organizations that do a similar thing out in the USA. Within our depth and breadth of knowledge and skills and understanding and expertise in around the field of sales, we have 16 amazing products in our entire portfolio. And for the Indian market, we have a series of products that you can see on those screens there, which I will give you a quick intro to. At the moment in Sales Geek, we have over 850 years of senior leadership expertise, all of which that you can call upon should you come and join us and be part of that community and fraternity of sales experts from around the world. And you can leverage some of that knowledge into your client base. So what is it? What have we got? What are you going to do? And how does that work with you and your clients? So Sales Geek is pretty much what it says on the label. We are Sales Geek. Our passion is singular in the sense that everything to do with sales and sales operation is our passion. Everyone that has joined Sales Geek comes from a senior sales background, and you don't have to have the massive senior sales background, but you need to have had some. And through our product portfolio, we have enabled it to create for you a dialogue and a conversation in your business community to speak to one-man bands all the way through to the biggest organizations that you might uncover in your areas and regions. The franchise model is twofold. Number one, it's an area director model. So as an area director, you would have a large piece of land mass. You would have your own territory for yourself, and you have the ability to recruit and retain somewhere around the region of 10 local coaches, which gives us then the local coach model. And the local coach model means that you'll have 4 to 6 products within your portfolio, depending on what it is you are doing within your area. And you can go out and sell those products and services to your business community, non-geographically based, and you can be a primary sales coach to your business market. And that's a really important part, because what we know and understand from the feedback from our friends at Franchise India, that whole advanced and specialist sales coaching model actually is quite weak in India at the moment. So therefore, you've got a great opportunity to carve yourself a niche market, going out there, supporting your local business owners from one-man bands to small businesses to large enterprises, using the portfolio of products that Sales Geek has to offer. So what I'm going to do quickly, because I'm very conscious of time, is whiz through the product portfolio that we're talking about to give you a sense of what's going on. There will be further webinars and updates that you can come in and ask us more in-depth questions, and we can spend more time about these things. But I just want to give you a sense of what's going on. Shivani, could you ask? Could you advance the slide one more, please?
Sure.
Sorry, I don't think I can do it from this end. Keep going, just keep going. Sorry, there you go. Okay, so the coaching family of products that are in the portfolio for you. Every one of the icons that you can see on the screen, they're all PDFs. These are things that you can give your clients, things that you can read that tell you what's going on in there. But this is the coaching family that you would be having, and you would have full training on by us here at the UK. We'll do that remotely. And also within the training, you'll have access training monthly, because what we do recognize is not everyone's skills and knowledge and understanding is the same. So there is training every single month for the life that you are a geek, and it's all part of the service. So don't ever worry that there are things that you don't know. There's a massive business community here at Sales Geek. We're all eager to learn. It's one of our core values. So don't worry about your education. Our job here is to train you on that. So don't worry. So the core 3 areas of product services around coaching. Number 1, it's our mentoring product. So we have an award-winning series of products and services, and our mentoring product is geared directly at sales leaders. So the 3 types of people you're likely to be working with are new and emerging sales leaders, business owners, and more advanced sales leaders that need some level of coaching and development. The mentoring program is very sales specific. There is a full suite of tools and services and training that sits behind this, so you don't have to worry about what it is you do and how you deliver it. We teach you all of those things, but this gives you the ability to go out into your entire business community, and from the lens of sales, enable that you can bring 850 years of experience through you into your business community to mentor and develop sales leaders around your area. The next 2 products underneath, we have a masterclasses product, and very simply, this is kind of like a cohort. It's designed for very small micro businesses, so supporting the really small business owners out there, and it's teaching them the basics of how to build the effectiveness and the most usable sales engine for that small organization in their business community at that time. It's a really great product. We do it in a cohort fashion. So 4 or 5 people sat around a room together, peered learning. All of the content is there. We teach you how to deliver it. You just sit there for 4 or 5 people and show them the basics of how to build a sales engine. And you can run that as many times as you want. The high performance audit, this gives you an in to organizations, maybe at the medium and larger side, where you are able to go to that business and do a full spectrum audit of their entire sales operations, salespeople, and everything to do with sales, and present back a very nice audit back to that company, which would then give you the rights to go in and start fixing some of that stuff, should that client turn around to you and say, yeah, I found some problems in here, please come in and help me out. Next slide, please, Shivani. Actually, I think some of these builds, so we're going to have to skip some of them. Yeah, just can you skip over those? Sorry, these are the details. I think what we'll do is we'll put these in a PDF for you. And for all of you that are interested, let obviously the team know and we can send you them and you can read them at your pace. Just keep going, Shivani, because I'm very conscious of time. Keep going. There you go. Okay, that's it. Oh, back one. There we go. Okay, so if the first group of products were geared around the sales mentor family, so that's the real pinnacle of what you're going out to talk to your business community about. In addition to that, we have an entire sales training family. There's 150 hours of content. All of that content becomes yours. And that content comes with lessons plans, slide decks, how-tos, video supports, and we have a full suite of training, which we call Train Like a Geek, where we will teach you how to train if you have never done it before. But ultimately, we're not an organization that presents death by PowerPoint. We're an organization that provides interpretation, education, and support to your business community through understanding the science and psychology of sales. And all of our sales training family, from Sales Clubs, which is our free to use service, through open courses to some more bespoke stuff, gives you the range and flexibility to be able to go and see to your business community and provide sales training geared towards sales, sales for non-sales, and sales leadership. Those 3 core areas are one of the most highest in demand areas of sales education anywhere in the world, because most people don't get access to real credible and capable sales training. So all of our products are award-winning, and they're all part of your portfolio. Additional to that, all of our training is underpinned by the ISP. So that's a UK body called the Institute of Sales Professionals, and they are an organization that provides the standardization for what quality nationally recognized sales training needs to look like. And that has all gone through the ISP process, and it all has the ISP stamp. For your members, there is an option to put your clients through the ISP, so they have membership to the ISP, which is a highly recognized UK body, as I've said, and that gives them access to ethics exams and a number of other things that they can get access to that they would never get access to anywhere else around the world. And they can accrue CPD points if CPD points are of value to that organization. So 150 hours of training, we teach you how to do it. There's a whole plethora of products and services sit behind that. Our job is to give you that and make sure that you can go and sell that into your market space. Could I have the next slide then, Shivani? And then lastly, wrapping these products together is our digital and online family. So within the online space, it starts with free sales education. One of the things that Sales Geek and Richard was super passionate about when he formed the company 7 years ago was to say and address a fundamental issue that we've seen globally, is that sales education always comes at a cost. And one of the first things that we decided to do, or Rich did at the early days, is to provide it free. Now, all of your customers, including yourselves, can go and access that today from our website, and you are able to get into the Sales Geek Academy at a free level. In there is nearly 400 videos, series of podcasts, loads of content, all geared around sales, sales themes, leadership themes, and all sorts of content like that. For some of you, you will be able to produce content yourselves so that you can speak to your audience in your native language using the types of sales dialogue that you know resonate with your fraternity, your customers, wherever it is you might be. And we will teach you how to do that. And you are welcome to have your face on our app. It'll be amazing. We'd love to see you do that. Within the free version of the Academy, there is a paid version as well. So if your customers want to go that extra mile and they want to go a little bit further, they can pay for the upgrade. And the upgrade comes with some 60 odd courses. There's more live streams. There's loads of other content that they get behind it. And you get some 40% of that revenue as well on a monthly or annually recurring basis. So all of that is digital and online. It's not quite passive income, but it doesn't require any of your attention. You just need to put customers towards it and they will go off and do whatever it is they want to go and do. On the digital side of our family, we have a full suite of diagnostics for you. Very advanced stuff, globally recognized, award-winning again. And the diagnostics comes in 3 parts. So we have this family of tools called skills gap analysis. I won't go into the detail, but it's all proprietary into your systems, and it enables you to go and ask very specific tailored questions out to your business community around skill sets, competencies, and confidences around what it is they know. Those surveys come back to you and they give you a foundation of understanding of what type of either mentoring or training or things that you might want to start to do into that business. Above the SGA family, we have a full spectrum of psychometric profiling. So Sales Geek is a proud strategic partner for a company called TTISI. You can go and Google them. They are the world's largest provider for psychometric profiling using the psychometric profiling platform of DISC, if anyone is familiar with it. If you're not, don't worry. It's all part of your training. We'll teach you how to understand psychometric profiling, what it all means. There are over 20 reports within your portfolio, and you can analyze everything from behavior to motivation to acumen, someone's EQ. You can regulate conflict management. It's to do with retention of talent, recruitment. There's loads of things that our psychometric profile platform does for you and for your clients. That also helps you in your market space attract more clients to you. And the last thing that we have within our diagnostics family is a top-down type of analysis. We call it PCS. It's a global platform again, and this enables you to sit within organizations and understand the dynamics of team performance. It does a lot of very advanced stuff. I won't go into the detail. It's very dry subject. It's all about getting under the hood of how teams perform together. But again, the purpose of our diagnostics tools is to provide you, the user, the franchisee, the blueprint of what it is you need to go and do in your client base so that you understand whether you're deploying training, mentoring, or whatever those things are. Additionally, these tools are geared to help provide you and your client with ROI, return on investment, because some people are going to come and engage with you, they're going to spend really good money with you, and they're going to want to see improvement. These tools enable you to show what ROI might look like for them. So in a very whirlwind tour, because I'm conscious of the time, they're the products within the family. So in summary, before Shivani starts to talk about the pricing of all of this, talk about some of our customers in a couple of seconds. Perhaps Richard could do that because I'm conscious I've rabbited on about products. There are a plethora of products within the franchise operation for you. There are 2 models, AD, Area Director, a really exciting opportunity that you can take a large chunk of land wherever it is you are, and you can recruit and have sub-franchisees underneath you, which all feed a revenue chain in between you. And we provide all the training and the development for all of that, and your job is to go out and find those sub-franchisees. For those of you that want to be the coaches, this is the model for you. That coaching model gives you up to 6 products within that portfolio. All of the support, all of the training, plus all of the education you're going to want to have for the life of being a geek. And you can go out there, start making some money. Can we have the next slide, please, Shivani? Oh, keep going. Sorry, going to get to that. Sorry, I didn't realize these were coming up. Like I said, we will send these to you as a PDF for anyone that wants to get them, and you can get a gist of what's going on. Keep going until the names pop up, Shivani. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, so last 2, Rich can talk about some of our clients and who's it. Go back one. There you go. Rich, do you want to just talk about some of our people?
Yeah, so I guess our whole mission at Sales Geek is to make training more accessible to more people, which means that we work with some of the smallest businesses in our business community with our products and services, but also we've worked with a number of global brands, and hopefully there are some of the brands on here that are recognizable to most people on the call. And I think a great example on here of the difference in our ability to support businesses would be International Airlines Group. So you can see they own British Airways and Aer Lingus. So we train hundreds of their salespeople all across the globe in 6 or 7 different time zones around the world. They're a big organization. They're the largest carrier of goods in the world. And then right the way at the other end of our service offering and the smaller business we work for is actually we do some work back here in the UK for the Indian government. So the Indian government support businesses in the UK that are owned by Indian nationals. And they are they are small, typically scale up businesses. So they are in their infancy of growing. And we get employed by the Indian government to support those businesses to help them to grow and scale to achieve the success that they want. So we have a product set, as James showed you, that enables us to work with both the biggest businesses in the world, but also the smallest. And that is the opportunity that you would have too.
And then next slide, Shivani. So this is just oh no, go back one. Sorry, just a quick one. As Richard talking about a lot of the clients, most of our businesses that we work with are of that very small organization, but yeah, we've worked with all the biggest global organizations as well. This slide is just to tell you that you're in good company. So anyone that wants to join and be a sales geek and be that coach and get that training and development, every one of these brands that you see here, one of the sales geeks that are existence in the UK, in the US currently, we have worked for these companies. This is who we are. This is our background. This is our knowledge sets. This is our experience. So should you come on, you're going to be working with boys and girls that have come from all of these organizations. And our job is to support you and help you learn the things that you might not know or bolster the things that you want to learn more of because you know some of it, you want to just learn more of it. So you're in great company and we'd love to have your CVs and your logos of the organizations that you've worked with up there as well and join an amazing growing group of geeks. So I think that's me finished. Shivani, it's up to you to talk about the why you should do this now. No pressure.
Yeah, so what exactly that we are looking out for the Indian market because we were being, behind James and Richard for the almost 2 years so that they can launch, the expansion in the Indian market. So what exactly that we are looking for?
You're muted, Shivani. Oh, sorry.
Exactly, what exactly that we are looking out for. There's 2 opportunity that is available. That is the first is an individual coach where the initial fees counts to be 20 lakh rupees and the support that you will be getting in terms of the training as mentioned by James, marketing, launch event, community events that we're gonna work for the individual coach. And there's a second opportunity if you want to invest more and you want to earn more. That is an area developer. Area developer, the commercials that we haven't mentioned here because depend upon the territory that you're looking out for. So that is something that we have kept for one-to-one discussion. After the Zoom call, we will be reaching out to each one of you to understand what exactly the requirement you have and what exactly the best opportunity available suitable for you. So that is something that we're going to discuss on a one-to-one call. But for now, what exactly that we are looking out for, 2 opportunities. One is first is the individual coach. If you're a good professional, experience, having almost 5 years of experience, you have a passion for coaching, you want to start something of your own and you still want to have that freedom, to have your own working hours and still want to earn great and work around the professional, you can go for the individual coach. And as I said, if you want to invest more and you want to make a larger ecosystem for you, then you should go for the area developer. The rest of the support in terms of the agreement, in terms of the initial fee, we're going to discuss in detail on one-on-one discussions. So should we take to the next slide, James? Would you like to add something to it?
So I don't think there's any slides after this one, but it was just to, yeah, I think we've covered everything that we need to cover. The key things to take away is there are two opportunities for you. Think about which way you want to go. We'll happily discuss that with you if you wanted some insight as to what those two things mean. But all the training, all the support is provided. Amazing products, amazing services. Come be geeks. Come on, let's do it.
And one more thing that, James, I would like to add, because somewhere around when the investor, anyone gets to the training, the major challenge come across that I know everything, that how do I reach out to the market? The investors who have joined us, they will be, agree with me after the training, what next? So what extra that we are supporting you with is a marketing. The initial hand holding will be stay in terms of the lead generation, in terms of the launch event. So initially you will not have that struggle to reach out to the target audience. So that is something that we're going to cover on the basis of like being the master licensee of Sales Geek for the Indian market. So Franchise India Knowledge Services will gonna support you in terms of the marketing, the launch event, and we do handle the ecosystem of coaches for other brands as well. So that is where we do a lot of community event where we invite all the coaches for a company, and then we motivate them, understand them. Generally the coaches share whatever the challenges they have with each other, and by the collaboration they do multiple things. So I mean to say that generally people feel sometimes lonely in the business of coaching, but here what we are trying to do is building an ecosystem so that once the training is done, you are not alone in the industry. We will be supporting you so that you start generating the revenue and you can build the entire ecosystem around you. So that is where the focus is around, so that we can even ensure the sustainability. Once you sign up with us, we will ensure you sustained in the market with good lead generation, with good business. So that is the main idea of presenting you the Sales Geek. Already James have talked about the brand, but what my focus is on the sustainability, and that sustainability that we're gonna ensure for you. Over to you, James.
Thank you. I think we've got some questions to be answered.
Yeah.
Do you want us just to read them and then answer them? Is that okay?
Give me a second, James. Let me just open the chat box.
Yeah, I've got them open here. I can see them here. So question number one is from Akash. So I do apologize to anyone if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Feel free to challenge me on that. But anyway, Akash, I think you've written a question here. And the question says, do the courses also have content around digital marketing and driving online promotion? So as I said, there are about 150 hours worth of courses and course content. And the training has lots of different themes, lots of different areas that we focus on. Anything that you don't see within that portfolio that you might want a course on, you can submit that through our process, and we can build course content for you. But there's a process to that. There are things about how we do and how we engage through LinkedIn, and how we do lots of things through social buying. So we have a full platform around social buying courses, if that makes sense. And some support content around that, what we do around marketing. Hopefully that answers that. So yes, but it covers different things. That is a big area on digital marketing and on social content. But yes, we have a lot of content around there. And Anonymous, so hello Anonymous, asked the question, what is the meaning of ISP? And he says or he or she says CDP at CPD. So ISP stands for the Institute of Sales Professionals, and it is a UK body, which is the national standards body that recognizes the professionalism within the sales industry. And there is certification, branding, accreditation, and stuff like that that works here in the UK, also translates out into the US and holds credibility out in India as well. But it is the UK's national body for recognizing professionalism in the field of sales and sales leadership. And as I say, we are endorsed by them, and our accreditation program goes hand in hand with that. And then CPD is a global term for continuous professional development. So here in the UK and in the US, I don't know actually if it's the same in India, perhaps you could educate me, If you do courses and you educate yourself, you go through training, you can collect CPD points. You can collect a point for every hour's worth of training that you do. And that training can be registered with the likes of the ISP, and they can award you CPD points to tell you, your employers or your prospective employers, that you have been accruing and building for yourself continuous professional development points that tells people around you, mainly employers, that you are developing your personal and professional brand. Hopefully that helps, that one. Question number 3 from Akash: is there coverage of tools for sales pipeline management like SFDC? So yeah, so we have a full spectrum. So the main thing that we're talking about is a coaching model and training around how to do certain things. There is a slightly different product that we have that goes more in depth into CRM tools and sales pipelines and things like that. But under our mentoring program, yes, you ask all the questions and you can help them build those applications should they not have them in place. And the last couple down here, Praveen, hello. You've asked 2. So question number 1, do we have some case studies on the training you have given and how that has improved sales of an organization? I'll ask Richard to answer that because we've got loads of examples that I think Rich can give some really good examples of, because I'm conscious I've just answered 3. And then the last one, Praveen, you've got, what is a typical profile of the franchisee you would be looking for? And I think Rich can go for that because he hasn't said anything.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Story ought to be me, mate.
That's okay. So just remind me the first question, James.
So first question, do we have some case studies of training that we've delivered in the past that has changed or improved an organization?
Yeah, so I guess the short answer to that question is yes, we have a lot. We've been trading here, obviously in the UK for 7 years, and between I suppose globally, we have somewhere around about 60 geeks now across the UK and the US, and all of those sales geeks, all those sales coaches, or sales mentors, and sales trainers have case studies and quotations from customers, which we pull together centrally in the middle at our headquarters here in the UK. So we have lots and lots of I guess they call it social proof that you can use to help you go and win customers in the marketplace. So I guess we probably don't have the time to go into any of those individually, but we have a big library of success stories, and that's how we've been trading for so long in so many different countries. So I think the second question was around what does a good geek look like, and what's the profile. So for us, we need our sales geeks to have real life experience, of course. Now we have, and through James's team with our product development, we have lots of materials and lots of frameworks on how to go and deliver our training. So there's lots that we teach new geeks that come into Sales Geek and help them develop as coaches. However, we do need people to have a minimum level of sales experience and practical sales experience, because some of what our franchisees customers are buying is, yes, it's the Sales Geek way of doing things and the Sales Geek content and our proof that what we do works, but also they need to see a level of credibility and experience in that individual as well. So ideally, we need somebody from obviously from a sales background, and the more experience that person has in that sales background, the more they're going to be able to help their future clients. Is there anything you'd add to that, James?
No, I think that's absolutely right. You've got to be confident and comfortable with the minimum standards of what sales expectations are, and we can give you some guidelines on that if you're struggling around those things. We have our own surveys for you, I guess. But yeah, the gaps we'll fill. Don't worry about that sort of stuff. So you don't have to worry about too much else. Last question that I can see on here is, can we see any video of your coaching tutorial? So what I'd say to that is we actually don't have any videos of it. And the reason why, for 2 reasons. Number one, it's not coaching. And that's a really important part of articulating what part of this proposition is. This is what we have in the model, although it's the language of coaching, apologies, it's a bit confusing, I guess. This is a mentors program. Mentoring and coaching are not the same thing. They use some common language and they use some common dialogue, but mentoring means that you are providing a sales expert or someone who comes from the background of sales yourself, and then filtering 850 years of other experience into the people that you're going to work with. So you're never on your own. You're never not knowing what you need to know because there's others around you that can help fill those gaps. And our processes and our documentation help you navigate the road of great mentorship. There's no videos of it for a second reason. And that's because most of our customers that we work with, in fact, nearly all of them, don't like anything being filmed. It's their personal thing, right? So having that filmed and then having it put out is another reason. So yeah, it's not something we can show as a video, but there are some examples of we can show you what the process looks like. Sorry, Richard's got his hand up.
We do have footage of some of so James mentioned earlier that within our product portfolio, we have a product that isn't a product that we make money from necessarily. It's a good way to build value in your community, which is called Sales Club. And we do have video recordings of some Sales Club events and some of our geeks delivering some of our sort of free sessions, which would give you a really good feel of the style in which we deliver, but also the content that we deliver in those sessions too. So we do have video footage of those.
One last question that seems to be popped up from Praveen. Thank you again, Praveen. So what are the typical charges of the courses that you run with your clients? I'm going to have to defer that to Shivani because Shivani has built the price list because it's different, obviously, to the UK. Shivani, do you have anything with that, or is that something you have to send out afterwards to them?
Yeah, so Praveen, generally the terms that for a session that charges around 10,000 to 15,000 rupees per hour. But for every courses, the per hour charges is different. So after this call, I will be connecting with you on the call, on the WhatsApp call, or might be on the Zoom call. Can get you through all the course pricing and everything. We'll share the details with you so that you can quickly go through it and we can take this ahead.
There you go. There's no other questions that have popped up on the screen unless anybody else has something.
Is there anything else, audience? Is there anything that you want to ask James and Richard here?
I believe we do not have any further questions. So what we'll do is Ms. Shivani will get back to our audiences with the one-on-one queries. She will get in touch with them, share the brand deck and the financials so that more in-depth conversation can happen on the business opportunity. So before we end this webinar, I would request you, Mr. James or Mr. Richards, to give any parting remark which you want to share.
Rich, you go. I got one.
So if you want to end this webinar on a parting note, if you can share something.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I guess my parting comments would be, all of our current franchisees in the UK and the US, they come from sales careers, and for a lot of them, the opportunity here is to do two things. The first one is to get fulfillment from helping others, and it's quite a big change for people to go from being in an employed sales job for a company, and often quite a large company, to actually being part of their local business community and giving to others, and seeing the change and development in other people is hugely rewarding and very, very fulfilling. And we work with some of the smaller businesses in our business communities quite often, and those people without our help will struggle. A business without income and without sales isn't a good business. And a lot of people find sales and revenue generation, sales generation into their businesses very hard. And you and the rest of our geeks have the opportunity to help those businesses and help those salespeople to overcome that challenge. And that is a very fulfilling way to grow a business. And the second opportunity is to grow a business. We spend a lot of our lives working and earning a salary and earning income from business. but this is your opportunity to take control of your own destiny and build your own business as part of a global brand. And we'll be really excited to welcome you here at Sales Geek should you choose to come and join us on our journey.
Thank you so much, James. Thank you so much, Richard. And thank you, Shivani, for doing this webinar. We have learned a lot today, and hope this helps us to get in touch with investors who are interested in this and probably close some business opportunities. So with this, we end this webinar, and we'll again come back with another business opportunity on Monday at 12. Till then, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
James and Richard. Thanks, Sandeep.